Hello crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I am here with my IKEA Shop With Me video. I just wanted to see what was new in 2026 at IKEA. My mom went along with me and I went to IKEA twice. Because on the first day I filmed everything, and then when I got home and I was going through it, I realized I took pictures instead of filming. So there are certain spots that I had to go back to IKEA. So you'll see that I changed clothes the next day, but I did go there twice, but it is one big trip. So I even saw more the second time I went. But there's lots and lots of goodies at IKEA. I don't think I can put any tags below for anything from IKEA. But what I will do is put timestamps in this video, and I will put some links, like a general link, like KALLAX will have a link, but I'm not affiliated with them. It's just for you to go straight to the page that's KALLAX at IKEA. And I will also say in the video, but I'm going to say it here. If you want to shop IKEA and you have not joined IKEA family, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's free. And when you are an IKEA family member, you get discounts, fabulous discounts. And the more you spend, you also get rewards. And rewards at IKEA is also cash, like Spellbinders. Thumbs up for that. So you can also apply that. Like if you buy a bunch of KALLAX units like this, you can get like $20 back to apply to a future purchase, or $30, $40, etc. Definitely check out the IKEA family too if you haven't done so. In the video, I'm also going to be showing you some ideas that I came up with while I was there. Even with the crafty island, the TORNVIKEN. So I do have a Stamp and Storage craft island. Stamp and Storage made this. I also have an IKEA TORNVIKEN, which is I'm calling it TORNVIKEN. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it is what it is. But it is an island as well. It's a kitchen island, but you can use it for crafting. A lot of crafters do. And I found something there along the way, so we'll take a look at that as well. Okay, crafters, let's get into this IKEA shop with me. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate your support. Let's get started. That's a lamp for $100. This is called the packs. The beauty's like so. Love. There's another drawer. Nice and deep. This style of drawer. This is great for your 12 by 12 papers. Look at that. You could have a whole stack of papers here, of those bins, those iris bins. Very nice. Bitty bookcase, $378, and you get all of this. This is really nice. So this includes all these combinations here. This would be great in a craft room. I like these little doors too. I would just change these little handles, but you don't have to. This is so pretty in the pink. I'm loving this. I love the color. Very pretty. And this is a small one too. Loving that for a craft room. Here's a nice little standing table lamp, $54. The rod flick. Oh, these lamps are killing me. $99. Really? Crazy. This is nice too. Storage box, $7.99. Bigger storage box, $19.99. Metal storage box. I don't have a free hand to lift it, but very nice colors though. Shelves for cards. This reminds me of a changing table, but it's not. But it's a little bit low. It's the Hauga. My kids used to have a changing table like this, but the bottom didn't have glass. Look at that. This is nice though for your craft room. You could elevate the bottom too if you wanted a little bit taller, because it's a little bit on the low side. But I could see putting crafty things here. That'd be cool. Or your die cut machine. This is nice. If you need a craft table in a pinch, not at $259 though. No. Not for this little small table. This is like a little mini table. Oh no. Some crafters have this. This is pretty cool. The bigger version of that set. You could have a whole thing lined up with this, with the Hauga. $1.99. Cool. Here's another version of it. Die cut machine, dies, papers, books, whatever. $1.59. Very cool. Look at that too. And it comes in white as well. This is the gray. And you can paint it too if you wanted to change up the colorway. Very nice together. So that's those two. And this one. Nice additions to your craft room. Here's another version of the pack system. This one is $16.75 for this configuration. So you could lock it up, but the more shelves you put in here is the more the cost goes up, the more you customize it. There is a tool that you can get to style your own if you want. I've been looking at it, so I know. See, you can add as many drawers as you want or as many shelves as you want and stack them up. And this, I love this. I love this with the glass. See how many shelves they have? Look, hold on. You see? And you don't have to do the glass shelf. You'll pay more for this. Everything that's nice, you're going to pay more for. Here is a little set, the Smagora, $24. This is cool. Look like you can mount it up too. You could have a shelf here. This looks like this is a lack. Am I right? I am right. This is a lack in the middle. And then two of these, you could do one here, and then have that for your craft room. And see yourself. That's cool though, I like this. This could hold like dies or like tall stamp sets. That's very nice. And this, I love this little baby right here. This is the RASKOG Mini. It's very small compared to the full size. I'll show you the full size later on. Here is another storage solution. A dresser, $2.79. You could put your crafty stuff in here. A little bit on the shallow side though. At least the top one is. Some people use these type of drawers for their craft room, so that's another option as well. The Tonstad. And I do love the donut. The Van, whatever that is, $99. You can mount it here on the wall or keep it here on your surface. Very, very fun. Look at that, two of them together. Cool. Here's a fun idea for your craft room with the Forlunda. $59. It's a little footstool type thing with little storage solution in it. Cool. Comes in red. There's a bigger version here, it looked like too. Look at that. You keep your kids in your craft room with you as well. $200 for that one. That's a bit pricey. You can get something else cheaper than that somewhere else. Even Walmart, you could probably get it. Oh, look at this big one. Lots of little footstools if you don't have a lot of space, but you want to have something like that in your craft room. And of course, couches. Here's a couch. Manarp, $3.99. Little love seat for your craft room. That's cool too. Look at this little sculptural light. The Adlabad. I'm going to start pronouncing these things. $69. Very nice. Different. Something fun. This is an expensive storage solution for your craft room. This is the BESTA. If you have it and you're not using it in the rest of the house, then you can transfer it to your craft room. This is $13.50 for this configuration, but you can float it. You could have it on the ground. You can put legs on it. You could also put this piece on the side. In your craft room, if you have a big TV you aren't using, you can have this with the TV. I think it's cool. This is the lack again for a nice little shelf above. $29.99. I love the lack. That's fun. There's different configurations of this as well. So this is the best, and you pay more when you get the doors done like this, like style doors and such. Cool though. And more for the glass. You see. There we go. Very nice. Not very deep though. Not terribly deep, okay? So this book is roughly 6-7 inches wide. That's the width that you're looking at here, but you can get it in different widths as well. You can get it wide like this one. There we go. Wide and deep. Here's a better view from the back of that whole layout. There's also another version of the BESTA. This version, like a cabinet that's floating. So let's see, push to open. So the more you go plain with it, then you can save. But the more you start to get fancy with lights and such, yeah, you start putting more on the money. You start spending more money. But very nice, nonetheless. You can check Facebook Marketplace if you want to buy a used BESTA unit. Very nice. Here's another configuration with the BESTA. This one though is $1130. So this is pretty pricey. You could have KALLAX across the top here and put the inserts. Once you start buying a lot of inserts though, yes, it gets up there, but it certainly wouldn't reach this price. But if you have a BESTA and you want to get rid of it from your den, living room, use it in your craft room. I was considering the BESTA, but I just don't like the BESTA price. Even when they're on sale on Marketplace, they still get pricey. They're still up there compared to buying like a KALLAX unit, etc. Okay? And you can also have a little TV area. This unit here can be raised up off the ground too for height. Here is the screw-V. That is $99. You get this area. It goes all the way through though, it looks like. This is the HAVSTA. $15.49. Looks like it's this whole combination, which is not bad. This is $270 for this piece. And then this piece on top, this is $230. So it adds up. But still, not bad. And then this part you could skip. You could just get a bunch of these. Like a whole row of them. And for the grandkids or your own kids, $79 for this. With a little chair. Is the chair so separate? Ah, of course it is. $24. Cute. Very cute. So this is called the BAGGEBO. $34.99. This opens? Okay, this does not open. This is stationary. It can hold a small bin like this. So, you'd have to have stacking bins or something for this, but a little bit on the small side. This is an organizer, desk organizer for your tools. And you also get a pegboard with it. And then here's a little shelving. This is $32. This is a nice, affordable option if you don't want to get a KALLAX. And here's another one too, of the same BAGGEBO. BAGGEBO. Yeah, BAGGEBO, $64.99. You could display. And here are 3 of those shelves. Each of them $32.99. So this is under $100 for this, but it's not very tall. It's roughly 5 feet high or so, but you can still use it for storage and stuff. This is a long version of the LAC. This one is $34.99. Oh, this is very long, but you can still mount that on the wall too. Here's a little light for $19.99. This is a display I always like. This is the Billy at this configuration. This is $7.50. That's a lot of glass though. I don't know if I'd want all this glass in my craft room. Still nice. You can get it without the doors. That would drop the cost. You could get it without the glass shelves. Again, drop the cost. So you can make it work just depending on the layout. But very nice and very tall. That's extra too for that tall piece on the top, that extra layer to make it, I think, 93 inches tall, I believe. Here it is again with the extra on top. See how tall it is? Great for your crafting storage. Here are 2 Billy bookcase with the doors on it in brown. This doesn't look bad, and these are $129 each. That'd be cool for your craft room too. You see? But if you want to keep it open, then you put the baskets maybe, or just store your planners, dies and such. But with the dies, you have to be careful with the width. It can get very heavy. And on top, utilizing the vertical height, we got the LAC, the long LAC with some lights that look terrible on camera. Here's another option. This is the IVAR. This combination comes in 120. It's in wood. You can paint it. You're just going to have to prime it to paint it and all of that. Prime, sand, paint, all the fun. And then there's the IVAR chair for $50. And here is also this little option here too. Did I have a price? Where's the price? You can talk. 100 for this storage unit. No, it's a whole storage unit. What? Yeah. But I don't like all this pine though. I'd have to paint this. Not bad. You could get 2 of them, $200, lots of storage, and then you put something across the top if you want, and then, you know, work from there. And some shelves and some LAC shelves. That can work too. Look at this combination. So we have 2 of the IVARs on the bottom with the, oh, did you see that? Look at that. Okay, let me just leave it. 200, and then the space, and then another IVAR that looks like a KALLAX. Oh, that's so bad. $70 for 4, and then they put 2 of them beside each other. It's looking like the KALLAX though, and this can mount. So at this size with the 4 cubes, you can mount it. And same thing with the KALLAX with the 4 cubes, that can be mountable too. Once you go bigger though, then it starts to rip on walls and stuff and just doesn't hold up. But the 4, I'm still laughing that that fell. Oh my goodness. Look at this. This is the Boror. $249. Wood on the top. It's like a little island. You could put 2 of these beside each other and turn this into a craft island. That'd be $500. That's kind of pricey. It's long, but not very wide. See my hand? It's counter height, but I would say this could be like a die cutting station if you wanted. And look at all the pretty flowers. So they sell flowers now, faux flowers. You know, inspiration in your craft room with these faux flowers. Very pretty. Here is another craft room option. This little TV stand. This is a KALLAX TV stand at $109. And you can get legs for it. That's an extra cost, but then you can have a second set on top, like 2 of the 4s. This is not saying what it is, but look at this. I'll find out in a second. Oh, it's the Ekit. This is the Ekit. $662 for this whole layout. This is a cool idea at $662 because you're getting it really long, about 90 something inches wide or 100 and something. Here is an Alex drawer too. Alex and Ekbakken. Ekbakken is the top. That's a very big top. You're going to have to brace it in the middle though, or it's going to sag, okay? And pegboards. We'll do pegboards downstairs. That's the SKADIS, something like that. The Ekit here for $662. That's not bad. You get this, and that. That's not bad. And this is the KALLAX. But we're going to look at the KALLAX area in a second. I always love this little rug right here. This is called and it's super dirty right now, the Van Platz, $69. I'll put the measurement here on the screen so you can see. Now, I like this little room because it has one of the favorite layouts that I like. I love that little Ekit across the top. These are individual boxes, but you'd have to use a level to get this straight. These are each $24.99 for the, oh, these are KALLAX actually. Did I say Ekit? KALLAX, individual KALLAX. Here is a 4x2 KALLAX, $79.99. And then the TV KALLAX. So you see the combination of the TV, the KALLAX, and you can get risers for both to make it taller. Here's another KALLAX, same as this one. That's just the vertical. This is the horizontal. You could put the 2 beside each other, and you can also float, like I said, the 4 across, or 4 individually. Cool. Very, very cool. And then you could put your boxes and your inserts. We're going to go into the KALLAX section in a second. Here's another option for the Billy bookcase. Look at this. More glass again, but you can skip the glass and just put a panel or just leave it open. This is $608 for this combination. Not sure if it's all 3 or if it's just these 2 together, probably the 2. This one says $284, but you can see and price it out. You can then choose how you want it to lay out. These are also Billy bookcase. Look at that. 4 of them together, but not that high actually. This is $59. See the depth here? This is, I think, is 11 inches. So you don't get that much in terms of depth, but still an optional storage solution. And here's a shelf. You can put cards on this. This is the Mambak, $16.99 because it's a tall one. There's like different sizes of this too. This one is metal. This is the game room, but we can change certain things and see it as a craft room. The Fado, that light, $29.99. Look at this shelving. Can you imagine this for cards or something, or to display? Maybe you also have these little pop figures. This is the Moslanda. They put glass in here, I guess, or plexiglass, because we would take all those. So this is the Ekit. So this is the Ekit looking just like the KALLAX, $52, because it also comes with this. You see the glass? They also put the glass on it. So that makes it come up in price. And they put a light in there too. Here is the KALLAX on the bottom, floating. Isn't that nice? So this is a great option. Game room, kids room as well. Look at that. This is a short lack shelf. That's a taller lack shelf. Or wait, no, it's not a lack. This is the Muslanda, $19.99 for this one. Here they have some trophies. You could also put cards. This one is a lack. So this shelf is a lack, and that's the Muslanda. Interesting. You can mix, match, and play, and it does come in white too. This is a BESTA. Here's another BESTA, and in the middle, pegboard. Look at all of this pegboard goodness. Now, just picture this in white and what you would use to store here for your craft room. You could even put those lights. I think they sell these lights too. Those lights in the back, if you want. And here is an Alex drawer. This is the wide Alex drawer, now in black. I do have 2 of these. I am thinking of putting one on the bottom and one on the top, mount them to the wall, like have a bracket here to hold it to the wall so it doesn't really crash on this one. They say you shouldn't do it, but I see people do it. So I'm thinking about doing that, one on top of the other for space saving, because when they go wide, they get too wide. Another crafty option, which I think I spoke about, but this really lays it out well. The Hauga, $1.99 for this shelf that you can put things on the top, things on the bottom. You could have 2 of these and then something in the middle. You could have a dresser too. So this is the Hauga dresser, and this is $3.79. Let's open up the dresser. And it has this little bottom part here, more crafty storage. You could have the dresser, 2 of these on either end, TV in the middle if you do TV with your crafting, that type of thing, okay? So this is an option. I like the depth of this too. It has nice depth, about 14 to 16 inches wide, somewhere in there. And over here, I don't know what this is. This is the baby right here. The baby is Trofast. This is for kids, but we can use it for crafting as well. Nothing wrong with that. The depth here is about 8 inches or 9 inches, and then all these little bits, but you can mount this up so you could have a few of them. Here's something else, the whatever that is, boo, for $1.49. This has metal on the bottom, and then the storage idea comes like this, all these orientations. Here is a shelf. This one is lined here. The bottom one isn't though. This is $1.49 as well. Pretty tall, nice and tall, maybe 5'5". Here's some decorative ideas as well to go along with that styling if you like it. What is this? Oh look, there's a little table lamp that looks like a kerosene lamp. Oh, that's cool, $34 for that. This is on closeout for this shelf. And here's another version, this in a craft room. You could spray paint this white though. Yeah, you could definitely paint this. $2.99 for this. This is very, very dark for a craft room. They closed it up because it has records in it. But decent sizing, decent width to store lots of crafty supplies. Here is a very wide and tall shelf. This one though has a higher price point. Stockholm, $4.99. This one you could do 2 of them and you'd have a lot of storage. And you get depth with it as well. Let me see the measurements on it. Height, 74. Depth, 15, almost 16 inches deep. Really nice. Feels sturdy too. Well, of course they mounted it to the wall, but very nice. That's pretty big. You can hold a lot on that shelf. This is the Tonstad, $3.70 with glass. It'd be less without the glass. It slides, nice storage. Not too deep, maybe about a foot wide. Here's the other version, see? Without the glass, $2.70. This one is wider than this one. Pretty dark though once you keep it like one side closed and one side open. It does get dark in there. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Tonstad storage. My mother is here with me, so she's also demonstrating. $5.45. It also comes with this bottom part, but this gets dark. The more you put things back here, see how it gets very dark? You can't see. Maybe you put lights in there. You could put little stick-up lights or something. Here it is in white. This is a little bit less. $4.90 for this one. That means you're paying more than for the door. See, the doors are different. Everything has an extra upcharge. Here is a bigger version of the same Tonstad. This is $6.20, but this is wider too. Nice shelving. Love that. You get 2 drawers here on the top, And you also get some big ones here. Still dark though, but nice. I like this. You could get 2 of these units and that would take up a nice amount of crafty storage for your dyes and such. This one, I've shown you this already. This is the HAVSTA. And then close, it looks like this. You could change those handles too. That's cool. Here is a HAVSTA. The shelf. This one's pretty tall. That's nice. 300. I mean, really, like, that's my elbow. So this is tall. 270 for this one. This one's shorter. This one is more like a counter height. This one is taller. Ooh, very dark. I like to see. I want to see all my crafty stuff. 270 for it in white. And here it is, 400 with the sliding. And 370 with the glass storage. The same tall height at 370 here with the glass shelves. Now we're into my favorite, the KALLAX. So these are the brown KALLAX. This is the white KALLAX. So I'm gonna be talking about it like 5x5, 2x4, that type of thing. 179. This is the shiny one too, because this is normally more expensive. I don't like the gloss, but if you love it, hey, this is a 4x4 in gloss. Most folks don't go with the glossy, but that option is there. Then here is a 2x4. Here is another 4x4 with the inserts. You've seen my videos. I have the door. I have the drawer. Here is a 5x5. I did buy a 5x5 for my new craft room. It's sitting there in a box waiting for me. $249. I certainly didn't get it at that price though when I bought it. So this has gone up by about $50, okay? So this is a 5x5. See how tall it is too? The 4x4 is a little bit shorter, maybe about 5'5". This one here is about 6 something tall. So you see the difference between them? But you can hold a lot in this. And then there is the 4x1, the single, the double. So you see how you can mount a 4x4, another 4x1, a 2x2, or a single. These are the ones that can mount. When you start mounting these bigger ones, that's when you come into trouble, okay? That's when things fall apart. So you have to be careful of what you're going to mount if you wanted to use up all your vertical space. And I have this one. I also have that one. I have one of this one. Don't have any of that one. Don't have any of that one. But you can use your vertical space with it. And also get them when they're on sale. They do go on sale from time to time. Sign up for that IKEA family. I'm going to say that again. Sign up for the IKEA family. You can take advantage of some great deals where you get like even $50 off sometimes. These are all your insert options. I bought a few of these also. This is the pegboard insert for the KALLAX. So I have a few of these. Every piece I bought is white. I did get a few of these pine inserts because they can hold a lot of weight. See how solid it is? But what I'm gonna do is prime it, sand it, and then paint it white as well, okay? I do have one of this or 2 of this, I think. This you can put in little narrow plastic bins that I'm going to put like little bits. So I did get one of this. This is for wine actually. And I plan on one of my KALLAX in the back there where you can see through it here. I'm going to put something on the back, but I have to go to Home Depot for that. And I have one of these inserts as well. This is a wire basket. You could put papers here like current projects or something. That's my plan. But I do like this. I really like the pegboard edition, can hang scissors and such. This is nice. Now they offer this in pine. So for storing paper, like I like to store my basil like this. This is 12 inches wide, $30. This is nice and solid so it won't sag. You got to think about weight. I do have some of these though, which is the same price. Okay, I think this is MDF. There's glass. There's a mirror, $30. The insert door, $25. This insert door with the little cutout, $20. We got the cat, $30. Double drawer here. This one I think is 20, right? 25. Here is this one, $20. You can change those little handles. I have a few of these. And I definitely have this, but in white, 25 and 20. This is the one how come this is 35? Oh, high gloss. This is a shine. This is 15, high gloss 25, okay? So you do pay the difference for it. I have this and this. What you see in my videos, this is what I have. A lot of this configuration. I do have this towards the bottom. I have this where I keep the Platinum Scott on the top and the Platinum 6 on the bottom. But this is in white, not in wood. Look at all the insert options. I love this little wall just to get inspiration of what to use and what to pick. So fun. There are bins if you need bins. This is the basket option. Baskets average about $24. I got a cookie, I'm hungry. So look at that. And there's all different kinds. Here's the option with the 4, and you see the little riser on the bottom. So the riser can go all the way out to the 5x5 and such as well. If you're going to put a lot of heavy things in, I don't know if I would use the riser at that point. It might make the unit too heavy and then too much on those legs. Unless you put something on the bottom and then brace it up. Look at this in purple. This is the Ekit for $23. These are little single cubes. So they have purple now, but I'm not putting purple in my craft room. Tempted, but no. And these are all the fun colors. I think you get a better deal with the KALLAX, but still, you know, options. Lots and lots of options. This Ekit has a different style of leg. They turned this area with the Billy area into like a library. So here's a Billy bookcase, standard Billy bookcase, open shelving, $89. Slim one, $59. You are paying for this. Oh, this is a nice basket. I didn't know they had Billy baskets. Normally the baskets are for KALLAX. Ooh, this is nice. I like that for the slim size. These are Tatting, $17.99. So that looks good. I like that. You see, it works for the slim size. I am loving the addition of these new baskets. I also just found out that on the wider shelf, 2 baskets can work. Look at that. So you could have like a bunch of baskets, customize it a little bit. Maybe some of the things you don't want to see everything, you can put some of these baskets. That's nice. I really like this. Of course, if you buy a bunch, then it gets expensive, but hey, it's still nice. It's a nice option. $17.99 for these baskets. I love it like this though, but this makes it pricey when you buy a bunch of them. Nice. I would love to see that this covered more, like you can't see what's in there, because sometimes, you know how we get with crafting, we can see all the goodies, all the colors. Here's another version. This is the Drona. So this is $3.99 because this is like fabric. So you can't put, you have to be careful if you put a lot of weight or you take it out and then store it in here. So this is another option, but I do like the basket better. I think that's prettier and lighter, and this is dark. Maybe they have the Drona in white. I don't see it, but they probably do. Yes, they do. Look at that. You could get this version too. Drona in white. I might do that because I do have one Billy bookcase. That is the white on the white. You like it? Here it is on the slimmer shelf. I'm kind of liking this slimmer shelf. I did see a video once, a craft room video. The person said if you get the thinner shelf, this can hold more weight without bellying, as opposed to the wider shelf. This with weight, it'll start to bend because of the distance. So you can get 2 short shelves and then have it more sturdy. That's an option. Let me go get the basket too. This is the option with the basket in brown on the white furniture. That's cool. Let's see it on the thin one. What do you think? I like that as well. I really like this. I don't have any of this one. This is $49 for this. 15 3/4 of an inch wide, and then 79.5 inch tall, and then you can get the extender to bring it all the way up to 93 inch. Thumbs up. Here they're using this as a closet solution. But of course we would do it as a crafting room. 89. This add-on, 35. 30 for the corner one, 72. The slim one, 59. Tall extension piece, $30. And then you could also put the box. Hold on, let me get the box. Take the box, put box. You see? Yay! I like this box. Again, that box is called the Tatting, $17.99. Cool. So here is a desk option with the Billy. This is $170 with this configuration. Bookcase with foldable table. So you bring out the table and then it lifts up. You see that? Look at that. And then there you go for your crafting. So down here you would sit. Here you would have your supplies and etc. And up here, maybe your Cricut machine, or on the top, your Cricut machine, your die cut machine, and work. Okay, I'm just checking if this is like super sturdy. It feels sturdy. It's not like wiggling too much. So that's an option as well if you're short on space at $170. And to close it, you simply lift it up and gently push it in, and then it rolls right in. So that's great if you're short on space. And then you can get that little bookshelf too for $39, same height. Here are all the options to help you choose your Billy bookcase. Those are the 3 options. Then you get the door sizes. You get the need more shelves, need more height at the top, and your color options. Black, dark brown, brown, walnut effect, oak effect, and white. And then here is this one, which is 15 3/4 by 11. They're all 11-inch wide, okay? So they're not super wide. And then 31.5, okay? Here are the dooring options. See? Dooring options? Did I just say that? Here are the door options. So you get the glass door. Every door has a cost. Augsburg, $45. Once you put the glass, then it's $55. Things like this. But you can get to come and customize your door. You can look at it online too if you order it, and then they, you know, ship it to the house. And then they have short ones as well, $20. You see? Very, very cool. And then taller ones too. And shelving options here as well. $20 actually for the glass. So let me look. $10 for this one. And then for the wood, $15. $1.99 for this. So this one has sliding and shelving and height, and not too wide either. But you can see everything. That's the only thing. I don't know if I want to see everything. And it's also available over here in gray. Here is the brimness. This is $99. Some crafters use this as well. This is a nice storage solution. There's a whole lot of configurations to this. This one has 3 shelves, adjustable. See the little holes? And nice height, about counter height, okay? This one is 30 3/4 of an inch wide. And the depth is about 14 inches, okay? Very cool. Also available in black. Too dark though. Here's another version of the brimness with glass and glass shelving. I kind of like it without the glass actually, because sometimes I don't even want to see it from the outside. I used to want to see everything. Now I'm like, no, I don't want to see anything. This one slides. This is the Vihals, $179. Here is that same brimness, taller. So you could have like the short one and then a few of these. Glass shelf would cost you more, but you don't have to do a glass shelf. $199. You can also just do regular shelves, okay? You don't have to do glass. Here is that lac too. This is kind of cool too. If you have a little narrow spot that you want to put crafty things, or maybe you want to put your happy planners and such, you could put them on something like this. That's another option. This is $99. This also goes on sale from time to time. You just have to watch it. Just watch it and catch it when it's on sale. They do have sales. Hemness. This one is $4.49. I'll skip that one. This one is $3.99. I think the better deal would be that same hemness. You get a little drawer here. Not very wide though, so that can also work good in a craft room. You're about a foot out. Okay. This one looks like it's being marked down. This is Lomark, $2.99 from $3.49 in black, glass shelves, and also here with the door again. But I do like that brimness, the shorter and with the taller. I think that's a very good layout for a craft room if you don't want to do KALLAX. Look at all the shelving options here. So the lac over there that I already spoke about, and then all these shelving options. Look at this one. You could spray paint this. This is metal. This is the lac shelf I've been showing you. This is $39 for the long one here. This is 70 3/4 of an inch wide. You could display anything on that. $7.99 for this one. $24 for this one. 43 1/4 inch. Look at all the colors, including red. Here's another shelf. This one is that name, $20. 30 1/2 inch all the colors. I like black though. I like that clean look. You could also do this version where you have the bracket and all of this as well. One is for $4.99. Which one's for $4.99? This one right here, little shelf. And look at all this too for this. Very cool. Here are more shelving solutions. It's getting crowded around here. Open shelving unit. This is $49. Has a little bit of width to it, about maybe 13 inches. This is a little bit taller version of it, $69. Ignore that, guys. Kid is okay, just doesn't want to be in IKEA. And then there's this option. Look at this. Like if you had this in your living room or your den and then you don't want to use it anymore, perfect for your craft room. This is called the Lad Marque, $3.85. Lots of storage in this one. You have open storage and then also this type of storage where you slide. And you could put all sorts of things here, and you could put like a divider to get the height, you know, use up the height, or a riser. That's kind of cool too. And use the top as well. Here is a shelf with glass. I don't like the glass though for crafting. Not so good. Here's a metal shelf. This is the same BAGGEBO, $24. These are also nice. This is like a magazine rack, 8.5 inch wide. That's $12.99 for a pack of 2. And see, it holds perfectly in here, so you could stack a bunch of like journaling and all that type of thing. If you do those journal books, the Happy Planner and things like that. This one is $149 with the metal. I showed you this before. And then over here, this is glass shelving though. I'm not too much into the glass shelving for crafting. You put something in at the wrong angle, that's it. And then here's nice shelving, but expensive. If you're going to get this, you might as well get the Billy. $2.29 for this. But maybe this is solid wood and it could hold more weight. On IKEA's website, you can also find out how much weight each shelf will hold. This doesn't feel like it'll bow. Sometimes the Billy bookcase will bow. Okay, here it is in black with the shiplap in the back. Is there shiplap in this one too? Yep, shiplap right here. The detail, that's nice. Here is the hemness. This is wider. Shelf feels pretty sturdy, but the price is high, $3.29. This is $2.30, very tall. Lots of shelves, and it's adjustable anytime you see the little holes. But you can also get a jig, a tool to drill holes and make more holes if you wanted to customize how many shelves you have. Okay, with the Billy though, it's very easy to get shelves. Brimness, $149. This is it in white and black. It's more narrow, so it can fit in, you know, all different spaces. Feels pretty sturdy, and it comes with 2 drawers. Deep drawers that you can put all your goodies, both in black and white. That's nice too. And then of course here is the BAGGEBO again. This is $32.99. This is a very economical, affordable choice. You could have a whole stack of them running and not spend a lot of money. That's great. Here is this thin shelf, Liva. Liva, whatever. $39.99. This only comes in black though, but it is thin. Maybe 8 inches wide. Available in black. Again, this is one that you could prime and paint. So this is like super thin. Yeah, it's thin. You know, look at the book. This is not a big book, and look how it just goes right there to the edge. Not very sturdy either. So I'm showing you this as an option. I would definitely mount this to the wall. But $39, I would still go with the Billy bookcase though, to be honest with you. That's the one I would stick with. Here's a nice layout. More than likely, this is available in white. Spikesmith, $69 for this one. It's not very tall though. Not very wide, but still solid. And this one as well. Open shelf unit, $64. Slide at the bottom. You could store your die cut machines. It does have a separator there, so you could store your machines in there. Here is a little shelf. Look at these shelves right here. This is the Boaxle, $86. Okay. I don't know why this costs this much. I would not get this. I'd get the Lack instead or something else. And then here's the desk, $2.99. I'd skip that too. Pegboard, Look at the pegboard layout. So this is now the pegboard in white with a photo right here. That's a cool layout for a craft room. But what I really wanted to show you was the lack. Now we saw this lack standing vertical. This is now the lack horizontal. This is $99. And like I say, from time to time, it does go on sale. But here now, look at this. You can have bins. You could have a little tchotchke too, crafty tchotchke. I plan on having some florals in my craft room, but they're going to be like faux florals. I'm not using real flowers. They'll just die on me. But above it, there's another lack, $34.99 for that with the lights. So you see how you can create like a shelf floating with another one, and it's not a KALLAX. Look at all the slots that you get. With the KALLAX, you're only getting 4, but here you're getting 6. That's cool. You could do the lights too, and then plants on the top, cards on the top, mini albums on the top. I have lots of mini albums I can display. This is a vanity room, but I do like that lack shelf with the other lack on the top. I think that's fun. If you also do sewing, here's a table. The lag, whatever this is, $179, lag captain. You can get this little piece here to make your pegboard stand on its own on your craft surface. That's cool. And look at this for the sewer. But you can just switch this all out. It'd be scissors, planner, trimmer, and then a shelf above, utilizing all that vertical storage. This now is called the HAVSTA. This is another version of like the whole section thing. So it's just a little double shelf, but you can also look on Facebook Marketplace. Home Depot, Lowe's will also sell pre-made cabinets if you can do it. And then there's this huge cabinets. This is a PAX. And look how the PAX is fitting in. Why? Because the hardware is all staying the same. So they all look like they're all harmonious, but they're really not. This is just a nice little wardrobe closet, but you could have shelves in here as well. So that's the PAX, pegboard, and this shelf all working together. Love that. This is the KALLAX drawer desk configuration. Lag, that's the top piece, and then the KALLAX drawer. $149 for this combination. You get the small drawer with all the goodies, and then you get the leg that would have that piece plus this. I think the leg, you come with the legs, right? You get the drawer, the 2 legs, and the tabletop. Tabletop is $39. So this is all $149 for this layout, which can work for a craft room as well. Here's a longer version of the desk with the centerpiece. My son had one of these until he changed it to a flexi spot. This is $297 for this configuration. 2 smalls, the top and the centerpiece. And you can get this in white too. One note I want to mention. If you don't stabilize this in the center, over time, this will belly. It will bend down, okay? So you have to stabilize it here in the center. Don't leave all this open area because it looks sleek. It looks pretty, yes, but it's not practical, okay? It will belly. Even if you just put a computer on it over time, it just kind of sinks in the middle. My son did that too. Here's another option for a desk. That's the side profile. Not super wide, so that might work for space saving, and it has a little ledge. Great for computer too. Mit plan, $149. Nice and sturdy for crafting. And there's another option, it looks like around the corner, bigger version. Top piece here with the shelf, $249.99 again, mit plan, desk with add-on unit. So this one is a little wider than what I just showed you. It depends on what your crafting needs are, okay? So this is new, mit plan. They also have these sit-stand desk, but I am partial to flexi spot, okay? This is the Mitzon. This is $600 for the rising desk, but I would get flexi spot. Just being honest with you guys, I wouldn't get it here. Here's another desk option with the 2 little legs here. This is more like an artist. Lag Captain, $189 for this configuration. Not very sturdy though. I'd go with the KALLAX instead. This is the bigger RASKOG. This is the regular size. I'll show you the baby next to it soon, but not yet. We aren't in the right area yet. $39.99 for the full size. So you got to be careful with the size difference. I just noticed this craft corner desk. Here are all the KALLAX drawer options. This is the tall KALLAX drawer, $199. Slim on the top, and then the bigger drawers down towards the bottom. I have one of these. I have this one for $95. And they do go on sale from time to time. definitely sign up to be a family member, because then you'll get them on sale when they do go. $1.99 for this size. I have a few of these as well, and I will carry them forward into my craft room. So now these are the other craft island options. This is the Van de Holma, $6.99 for this one. Metal racks, got a nice butcher block top. Here's a slim version of it. This is $4.99, yeah, but I think it's indoor. Comes with a drawer. On this side you can sit, but over here now, I do have one of these, the TORNVIKEN, which has gone up in price since I bought it. This is $449.99. Over this side, you're getting wood on the shelf. You can store die cut machines, dies, anything on this. And you also get a butcher block top. This top is just a little bit thinner than this one, but guess what? It's not $6.99, and she is solid. So the TORNVIKEN kitchen island, that's the measurement. 49 5/8 of an inch wide, 30 3/8 of an inch wide. Okay, so you're getting a nice surface to work on. There's also a small version to it. This is $2.99, but I think your best bet would be the bigger one. This one you could put towards the end like they have it here. That would give you countertop height, the two together, more surface. I think this is smaller width-wise though. It would be about here and come forward if you turn it. And you can get them on Facebook Marketplace too. They both have the open shelving, and you can sit there or stand and craft. But the bang for your buck, this one. Here is the full-size RASKOG. I have white. I also think I have a aqua one that I bought years ago. $39.99. You can get covers. So the covers are here. $9.99 for the big one. I think $6.99 for the small one. So for the small one, you have to be careful, like I said, when you're purchasing this, to make sure you get the right height. They'll both have the same name, RASKOG, $29.99. But you see the baby compared to the big one? So this is a little baby, but she's cute. She can be right beside you when you sit down and craft. This one can just be like sliding into things. This could also slide underneath that TORNVIKEN. So let's walk back over here. You could slide some of those for storage underneath here too. Like maybe 2 or 3 of them. That can work as well. Let's test it out. So here I am bringing a RASKOG. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? So if you're tight on storage, look at that. You could also go 2 of them sideways like that. But I do like the option here of having like 3 of them potentially. I think 3 of them. I'm not going to put all 3, or should I? All right, crafters, I put all 3 in. Look at that. So now you can have a lot of things here with the storage. When you're ready to craft, then you pull these out and then push them back in. Keep your seat over here somewhere. But I like that you can keep these stored underneath here, and they fit perfectly. You can't put too many taller things on the top. Some people put markers here. That would still work with this though, with the height. But that's an option. Interesting. So this is the TORNVIKEN working with the RASKOG, 3 of them. Love that. Really, really like that. That's a cool idea. A nice view of the TORNVIKEN. Using it here in the kitchen, but of course, we want it for craft room. And here is the space in the back that we did the 3 RASKOG carts. Love that. Here I have more space to give you a better view of what it looks like, okay? So just take out all this kitchen stuff and put in crafty stuff, and it is on. Very nice crafty solution for all your crafting needs, especially if you want to stand up. I plan on storing like my die cut machines here, trimmer. I do have a craft island that's a stamp and storage. That would be my main craft island. Then this one I'm going to put like die cutting station type thing. Okay, really, really fun. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the RASKOG. Baby, big one. I love both, but I really love the baby too. She's fun. So this is an option for your craft room, both sizes. Just be careful, like I said, when you're purchasing this, so you get the right one, and the lid too, that you get the right lid if you want a lid. This one is 30 3/8 of an inch tall, and this one is 24 inch tall, okay? That's the height. So you just have to look at the measurements to get the right one, because they both have the same name. Here's another version, $59 for this. It's in wood. You could spray that, paint that. There's this one too. I did get this and I took it back. It was just a little bit too wobbly for me. I think the RASKOG is more solid. But this is an option as well. It's narrow, but it does have some width, but it doesn't feel as sturdy as a RASKOG. There's also this one in stainless steel. comes for $1.99. There's always the option of doing your craft room as a kitchen. This is when it gets expensive, okay? But you could have drawers like this, countertop, no stove. If you have water, then you could have a craft sink. I would love to have that, but that's not in the cards. This combination, $8,720, okay? But a lot of people do this, where they have their crafting in cabinets like this. And you can buy cabinets too from like Lowe's and Home Depot. So the kitchen option is also a fun option. If you can swing it or if you get some, that'd be nice to install them in your craft room. Look at that. Just put crafty supplies and skip the oven. Here's an option for the craft island. Again, the same kitchen materials. This is a stone top or quartz or something. And look at the drawers with the soft close. Oh, love that. But these are pricey. You will pay for this, but very nice in a craft room. If you want to customize your kitchen, there's always the kitchen planning studio. Here are all your options with all of the cabinets, top and bottom. A lot of these people use are the section. Gets pricey though. I tried to price it out. You can have this priced out too, where you get the soft closed drawer, but you're looking at, like, just for this island, you're looking in the 3,000, 4,000 region, okay? Just saying. But some folks can do it. Maybe you save up for it and then you treat yourself to it. Look at this. And the beauty of this too. You see all of these here? The holes, the adjustable area? You can fill them with this beauty. These sell out quickly, so if you need some, get some. My store has a bunch of them right now. I'm at the IKEA in Sunrise, but you can plug all of this. This also works in the PAX unit too. I'm not sure if it works in the Billy, but it does work here. I should get 2 of these actually. I'm gonna pick up 2. Alrighty. And then over here, these are the custom knobs. This is just to customize your craft room, seriously. And you can pre-build it online on IKEA.com and then come in here with what you have, save it on your account, come in here and then work with them, or start from scratch in here. But these are all like the cabinet tops, okay, and the doors and such. So these are all the options. And I did get my little pieces to plug the holes. I'm going to see if it works in the Billy too. This is a nice craft table, but this is a kitchen craft table. Kitchen craft table. This is a kitchen table island. Oh my goodness, you see me talking about it like a craft table? Look at this. Oh, I love this. Soft close. Yeah. This is when you know your crafting has arrived. Look how pretty this is. Skip this part and then you have all this surface area. Huge surface area to craft with. I love this. I tried to price it out here once. I was like, it's okay. It was like $5,000 or so or $6,000, something crazy. I forgot what it was. You pay more the more drawers you have. See, these are very deep, too deep. But then these are really nice to store all sorts of goodies in. Soft close. So this kitchen in this configuration says it's 10/8. So you get all of this. It's very pretty. There's some folks looking at it too. And then we have the island. The island may be separate though. Not sure if the island is part of it. Pretty. This is the layout of that room. This would be a great craft room. Look at that. Look at that island. But you could use your KALLAX too and put them together and make your own craft island as well. That's another option. And then put a tabletop. You can definitely hack this, but very pretty. This is a very long island. So this, you could have like friends over. You have different zones on your craft island. This is huge. Yeah, this is about 12 foot tall, but love. Has great width too on it. Here's another nice craft room layout, if you could do it. It's L-shaped, like your island is attached to this. That's really cool. We have the drawers again. Most of these are called a section. See? Section. Premium. You buy each piece and you buy each drawer and all that, each section. Very nice. You see? Look at all those drawers. Then you could use the top part. You could do the matching cabinets to this. Lotto. I'd have to have lottos to get this, but a girl can dream. This is the hull tarp. This little piece right here where you can put hooks on. So this is a nice little option as well. And they're working around here, so ignore all of the preparing all the new things. Look at this. Can you imagine your craft room looking like this? Wow. This is a riser option too. That can work in the KALLAX. This is the Viera. I don't know what to say. $16.99. But you get these two. It comes like this, okay? And then you put it together. Wait a second. This is $13.99. So this is a slimmer version. This is $16.99 for this one. But it can still work within your KALLAX, because your KALLAX is, oh, what is it? 13 wide or something like that. But this can work. If you wanted to have the height and store things on the bottom, store things here, and then maybe this part you could skip, but you could have this. But you could also get the insert too. But this is metal. If you have it and you want to put it in your KALLAX, that's an option too. This is interesting. Some of these inserts, which are called the updater, whatever, that $6.99 for it, but they come in different sizes, okay? So from $4.99 all the way up. These can work in your KALLAX drawer. If you come to the store, pick it up, put it in the KALLAX drawer and see which one works. But there are different sizes of it, and some of them do work in your KALLAX drawer to do like dividers. I did get 1 or 2 of these, okay, for my KALLAX drawer. I have a few KALLAX drawers that I'm currently working with now, and also had 1 or 2 more new ones, okay? Here is a better view of all those wire storage rails. $6 for this rail, the whole tarp, which I think is this. And you can get it here in this beautiful brass color. You can get it in silver. You can get it in black. And look at all these little bins. You can get it solid like what you see there in white. Or you can do this with the mesh. You can get it solid black. You can spray paint this too. Sometimes these go on sale and then you can just spray paint it. And there are all these little additional pieces that you can use to hang goodies on. Things like that. So this is another option as well. Here are the little pails, white, blue, and black. Sometimes the unusual colors, these will go on sale, and then spray paint them. Here is the wire one in black for $9.99. See all the options? Just take your time when you're shopping so you don't miss things. And you can also look online before you come in store. These are the knobs that you can change if you want to change your knobs. Let's say you want to change the knob on the insert for the KALLAX. I bought this one for the KALLAX to change the knobs, and I just dropped that. Is it new? I don't think this is new. I believe I bought this. But you can change the knobs even on the Billy bookcase, okay? So they're like little knobs that you can change. And over here, there are more knobs and pulls. Look at this one. So there's lots of options here at IKEA to get your craft room to where you want it to be, right? Love that. Here's another storage solution. These bars with the plastic cups here. But then at this point, looking like this, you could actually still go with the pegboard. But they are 99 cents for the containers. Here are the containers. Comes in this taupe, white, blue, and I guess orange. And then here are the racks for them, it seems. But with the configuration I'm seeing here, I think it's better to go with the pegboard. But this is another option as well. I'm in the kitchen area, the dining area. This table, super solid feeling. This is $69.99, but it is black. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I wish it was white. There's this table as well. Look at this option. Counter height, nice. The V-Hals, $129. Open down here, but you could also slide carts underneath it. This looks like it's the same thing in black. No, this is the Hagernas, $329. So this one is more than this one. I'd take this one. That's a good option too. Here are different sizes of the packs. There is the wide one, a medium, and then the slim. You've seen the slim a few times. Look at all those drawer options. You can also put lights in it. Lights on the outside, lights on the inside, all sorts of fun. This is the slim right here, you see? And I believe the slim can hold your 12 by 12, like those plastic storage bins. It can hold all of that. It does have the depth, so you can shorten this depth, or you can make it come all the way out, like what you see here. You can also plug these sides too if you don't want to see all the drill holes. You see? You can have a whole thing going with this. Comes in different colors too. I like the white personally. Love. I got one of these. I have shelves on mine, so I don't have this all open, but I did get this size. The width is 39 1/4, And the height, I believe, is 93. The depth is 22 7/8. So it does have nice depth. And I did drawers on the bottom. These, didn't do that, but I do have the soft close. And then I also did shelves on the top, okay? But I didn't buy any lights because the lights are like crazy. They're expensive. You want to save money on a PAX because it can store a lot. This is $410. This one you can do wire. I didn't get this option though. I got the drawer, but there's this option as well, which will be more economical option, okay? And you can still get the shelves on the top part. There's also the option with the frosted door like this. But I know once I close it, I won't know what's in there, so I didn't do the door. And you can do the drawers plain too. This is the most economical option for the drawer, like that. Besides the metal mesh. Use it for crafty storage, $18.14. But what I like is this now. This is kind of cool too for crafters. The Burr Gripper, $8 for this slim one here. Let me see if it has, oh, look how long the drawer is. Love, soft close. See, you can see like a whole thing with this. You could have like 2 of these cabinets and then just a bunch of drawers. That'd be cool. Here is a nice layout for the PAX. This configuration is $725. This is the thinner one. If it doesn't work for my craft room, then I'm going to use it for my closet. Here I am in the bedding area. Look at this. This is the selfie spot. I'm going to show you in a second that it says selfie spot. This is actually pretty cool with the bed and the lighting. My mom noticed it. Let me show you the bottom. They put a little sticker selfie spot for the bed. This is the Tonstad bed. We've been looking at their furniture, but there's also a bed too. So if you want to do a whole thing where you have the bed and your crafting area is close to it, then you could have everything in the same name. That's not a bad idea. I showed you the brimless cabinet earlier. This is the brimless drawer, $179. This is another option. Frosted on the top, and then 2 more drawers. Some people use this in their craft room too. So that's another storage solution. Here are 2 more drawer options. So this one can operate as a nightstand too, but the Song Sand, $149.99. You see? This is a drawer chest for $279. You get 2 small drawers and then 3. Some people use these in their craft room as well, or build up on them. Put a riser on the bottom, raise it up to a certain height, and then go from there. There is also the dresser option. And you can raise this up too, $299. So you can hack all of these as well. This is a drawer chest for the brimless, $229.99. Look at that. 3 drawers and a top. But when the drawers are this deep for card makers, this is a lot to store in here. I mean, it becomes hard to store with it. Here is another option. This is the metal version of craft storage. This is the Bohr, $3.99. See? Sometimes these metal ones though, they can hold more weight. So you can store a lot of goodies. This would be like for a garage, but sometimes folks use all these type of things for their craft room as well. It depends on how heavy duty you want it to be and what you're doing with it. But this is another option as well. So this is the Bohr here, $2.99 for this unit, wood on the top, and then some drawers. Not moving so great though, but you get 4 drawers and another one of these little cabinets. Here's another storage idea. This is the Bohr at $155 for the shelves. So this is 2 shelves. The spacing is a little wide though. Here's a metal case, but look at that pricing, $4.99. And I'm sorry, it doesn't feel like super sturdy, so. But that's an option. Just letting you know, this option exists. It also has a locker effect, $4.49 for this tall locker in green. Maybe it comes in other colors too, but I don't know. I'm downstairs now in the marketplace, and you can find little things for your craft room, storage and bins and other things too downstairs as well. So check the whole store. You can spend a nice amount of time here as well. Easter has arrived at IKEA. Look at this with a little candy. Milk chocolate bunny. And the cost of this is $6.49. This is new. It's made out of pine. This is great for like smaller things. $7.99 for it. I can't say that name. Here's another one too. And then this as well. Look at this. There are 3 styles to choose from. And it's nice and clean on the edges so you won't get splinters, but you can definitely prime and paint this. I like this option. This would be nice in your KALLAX too. $7.99 for one, $4.99 for one, empty. So it's somewhere in that price range, okay? So this one comes like this in 2 pieces. So there's options with this. This is cool. This is in the kitchen section, okay? See the depth? It does have a little divider there in the middle, but this could fit like 6x6 paper pads and such, or 8x8 maybe too. The pegboard area, better known as, I can't say it, SKADIS. There's a proper way to say it. I'm just pronouncing it in English. It is what it is. Bestseller. There's a reason that it's a bestseller, because it's a great organizer for everything. Craft room and more. White pegboard, black pegboard. There's also a brown here, and there's pink. Now the pink is interesting because this is a 2-sided. So you get the khaki on one side or pink on the other. So there is that version as well. Seems to be on sale. We love that. 22 by 22 inch is now $16.99. I believe this is the 20 by 30 though. So 22 by 22 would be this one. So there's 3 different sizes. These are all the accessories for your pegboard. See all the bits? These are like little knobs, hanging pieces. Then they also sell them as a set. You can buy the whole set here. This will have the mesh that will look like that. You see that? Oh, there's a clock. This is new. $4.99 for the clock. Interesting. This is $11 for the set of 3. This is the 22 by 30. This is $29.99. That's a standard size most folks get. Then they also sell these, and there is a set of this too. These, I believe, slide. Of course, it's not sliding here. Here are the little cups. You just pick them up here along the bottom, all the colors, whichever combination you want, and then you can get all the accessories. This is great for a craft room. Fabulous for a craft room. And here is an example of how you can customize it. As card makers will generally stay right here. You'll also have this version too. I bought a bunch of these. I have 2 sets of the 30 by 22 pegboard in white. And see the little hooks too? And you can put your scissors and stuff like that up there on the top. And you can also do the tools. See all the bits that you can customize your tools with? Think scissors, your trimmer, etc. Okay? And this is the black. This is great for a guy's room or a male crafter if he wants to do black. Here's a close-up more on level where I can touch everything and show you. This is really cool. This is a little ledge. $5 for that. So you can buy them individually. You can buy them in sets. These are little clips. You could clip a photograph or something here, or a card. These are those small little bins. Really, really nice. And they're metal. These are the little knobs I was showing you. You could hang things. This is also something to hang as well. Here are the hooks. Great to hang scissors and such. $5 for 5. And then these bigger hooks where you could like put your trimmer, iPad, anything in here if you wish. $4 for 2. See how nice that is? And then here's a slim version. So you could mix like a large one and a small one. You could stack 2 tall ones. There's also this version for the KALLAX, the little door with this on it. Fun and functional. So many task lamps too. Here's a work lamp, $19.99. The Tertial. Hopefully I'm saying these names right, which I know I'm not. And then there's like little small ones and bigger ones, and one here for like your computer. Look at this little tiny one. See, now this for us in crafting, I don't know, maybe $39 for this one. Here's another lamp. This one is $79. Oh wow. Okay, this is a lot going on. This is the Fado for $29.99 with, I don't know, it looked like animal print. Here's a little lamp. This is $14.99. See? Tiny, but cute. I always like this for like a guy's room. $59.99. That's cool. Here are some rug options. Lots and lots of rugs if you want rugs for your craft room. Most of these are going to be the 5x7. This is kind of nice. Marsup, $1.99. All different kinds of rugs. Shag rugs in your craft room. Not the best, because when things fall, hard to pick up and they get lost. This one is $2.99. Pretty. jute, $99. So lots of rugs, lots of different price points. Some of them are on the way out, like this one, Last Chance, $3.99. Darker rugs too. Look at this. Here is my favorite, the Van Platts. I love this one with the circles and the black and the white. I really do. Here's some other options as well. Look at this one. This is a bigger one. This is 6x9 or almost 7x9. So lots of rugs here at IKEA. Downstairs here you see more of the bins again. $17.99, that's the one for the Billy. And then these can work in your KALLAX. $24.99, $27.99. Some were $29 upstairs too. Bins, baskets, and more. Here's another storage solution. $39 for the mope. This is all wood. You can put little goodies in that. Mesh for your KALLAX, $19.99. This will work in the KALLAX. As long as it's in that 13 by 13, it will work in there. These are nice too. I love these. Not buying it though. This can work in your KALLAX as well. $34.99. It is metal and it is very big. That will hold weight. Then you can also go the economical route. Look at this, matching the rug, $9.99. That one is called, whatever that is, Tedja. The Nim, $11.99. Oh no, that feels flimsy. Here's the Nim, $5.99 on sale. These will all work in your KALLAX, okay? This one has fabric on it. You could stack some of these too. Different price points for different needs, okay? And budgets. This is new, the BAGGEBO, $17.99, $9.99 for a small one. It has like suede on it. This is cardboard, $5.99. Look at that name, love it. Again, $7.99, but this one will work in your KALLAX. Super thin though. So you wouldn't move this a lot, but you can store things and then close it up. And there's decorative boxes. I love the decorative boxes, $4.99. And this decorative box, Last Chance, $6.99. And you get the set of two. So I guess you're getting one of this and one of that. Mix, match, play. Have fun. If you're ever in need of a cloche for your craft room, look at this. $19.99 for the tall one and $14.99 for this one. If you ever have a cloche project too, love that. Here are some fun crates. These are $19.99. Good size. Looks like there's a smaller one. This one is $14.99. And then there's this one, $19.99. Two sizes. So you can have wood crates and you can paint them and do all kinds of things with them. This is kind of fun. Here is holding 6 bottles. Good height too. The height I would say is about 8 inches tall, about a foot wide. That's for this one, the $14.99. This one's a little bit taller, maybe 9 to 10 inches tall, and then about maybe 16 inches wide. Very cool, very cool. Here is a deal on little like puck lights. $2.49 for a pack of 2. They say they're not dimmable though, but if you need lights, that's a good idea as well. You can also check the as is. In here, you can find things on sale, but you have to have a car to put it in, like fully assembled pieces. For example, they have this KALLAX here. This is $119 from $154. It comes with that as well, the insert, okay? So there's options in here as well if you wanted to get something. We're on the way to check out. We're getting a Billy bookcase, but it's a small one. It's not going to be for craft room. It's going to be somewhere else in the house, but on the way to check out with the Billy bookcase. So we did do a little bit of shopping. Now it's time to head on out.